Hey there everyone, today we are going to share with you the list of the top 10 underrated anime movies, so let's dive straight in. Number 10 Her Blue Sky. High school student Aoi lives with her elder sister Akane, after a tragic accident took their parents away 13 years ago, because of which Akane has since been taking care of her single-handedly. Aoi wants to move to Tokyo after her graduation to relieve her sister's burden and pursue a musical career. Inspired by Akane's ex-boyfriend Shinosuke Shino, Shino was part of a band until he left for Tokyo to become a professional guitarist. After the sister's parents passed away and he was never to be seen again, one afternoon, while Aoi practices her bass in a guest house, she gets startled by the 18-year-old version of Shino from 13 years ago. As if by coincidence, the current 31-year-old Shino also returns to the town. But he has changed drastically. There are now two Shinos in existence, but why is the Shino from the past present? The anime revolves around these four individuals as they confront their inner feelings toward each other and make decisions that will affect their lives from here on out. Number 9 Mawai. In a remote corner of this fantasy world, the Eorf people lead a peaceful life. These immortal humans stop aging in their mid-teens, and spend their time weaving beautiful patterns that represent their memories and lives. One day, the Eorf clan is invaded by a neighboring kingdom, leaving the clan decimated except for Lyria, who is taken away by the soldiers, and Makia, who escapes from the massacre. Makia, a young Eorf, soon finds Ariel, a newborn baby, by himself in the woods. Taking Ariel as her companion and son, Makia journeys across the land in search of safety and happiness for her and Ariel. As she watches Ariel age and grow older, while she remains a young maiden in appearance, Makia must face the harsh reality regarding her own identity and her relationship with Ariel. Number 8 Ride Your Wave. Entrance by surfing in the sea. Hanako Mukaimazu is a spirited girl who attends college in a coastal city with no consideration for her future career. Her life takes an unexpected turn when a fireworks mishap sets the apartment building she lives in ablaze, where she is saved by a talented firefighter named Minato Hinachi. Upon meeting, the two quickly become acquainted with one another. Hanako is instantly enamored by Minato's reliable personality and passion for saving others, while Minato is intrigued by surfing, and is eager to learn how. As Hanako begins to teach Minato about surfing, the pair eventually fall in love and begin a gentle and devoted relationship. However, while surfing may seem fun and carefree, it can still be a dangerous and unpredictable activity. This is what Hanako learns when a surfing incident completely changes her life, leaving her forced to contemplate her undecided future. In search of her own calling, Hanako begins her journey of self-discovery, keeping Minato by her side as she gradually attempts to find her proposal and ride her own wave. Number 7 World Bubble Up Like Soda Soap. Yui Sakura expresses himself better through the haiku he writes and posts on the internet, even though no one gives it attention. While preparing for him and his family to relocate in August, he spends the summer working part-time at a welfare facility. Meanwhile, Yuki Hoshino is a budding influencer who wants everyone to smile. However, she feels uneasy about the braces on her protruding front teeth and conceals her own smile using a disposable mask. After an accidental encounter with Yui, Yuki finds herself becoming a part-time worker at the same facility as him. Number 6 The Relative Worlds. Shin Hazama has shut his heart ever since the mysterious and sudden death of his mother during his childhood occurred. With his scientist father occupied with research, he can only rely on his childhood friend Katori Izumi, the popular and good-natured daughter of his father's employer. At the end of their third year of high school with graduation right around the corner, Shin and Katori finally begin to move forward together, both in life and in love. But everything falls apart again when Shin's father also suddenly dies. But before things can settle down, he and Katori learn the secret behind his parents' sudden deaths, when they encounter agents from a high-tech dystopian Japan existing in a parallel universe. Among them is Jin, Shin's relative self, who is working against the humanoid weapons Miko and Nico. As the lives of relative selves are linked, Jin has two objectives: defend the vulnerable Shin to protect both their lives, and assassinate Katori to end the ironclad rule of her relative self, Princess Kodoko, his mortal enemy and the killer of his parents. Confronted with this new reality, Shin and Katori must honestly face their feelings for each other, even if the world as they know it will end tomorrow. Number 5 Children's of the Sea. Ruka is a young girl whose parents are separated, and her father works in an aquarium. When two boys, Umi and Sora, who were raised in the sea by dugongs, are brought to the aquarium, Ruka feels drawn to them and begins to realize that she shares their same supernatural connection to the ocean. Umi and Sora's special power seems to be connected to strange events that have been occurring more frequently, such as the appearance of sea creatures far from their home territory and the disappearance of aquarium animals around the world. However, the exact nature of the boys' powers and the abnormal events is unknown, so Ruka gets drawn into investigating the mystery that surrounds her new friends. Number 4 Lu Over the Wall. The story takes place in Hinashi Town, a seaside village where superstitious fishermen live in fear of the malevolent merfolk said to inhabit the local waters, which are chock-a-block with sunken ships. Years earlier, as a protective measure, they blasted a massive boulder, effectively imprisoning the pesky creatures. Since everything the humans think they know about merfolk is wrong, and her abilities go far beyond what anyone can imagine, she can manipulate water, making it glow radioactive. Most of the time, the loosely rendered Lu is an emoji-faced girl, Googly-eyed and saw-toothed, with jellyfish blue hair, a seaweed skirt, and salmon pink tail. When music plays, however, she can't help dancing, adapting a pair of bassinet legs and rocketing about like a firework set off inside a circus tent. Number 3. The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. After being on cleanup duty in class and assigned to return text manuals, she makes her way into a science lab after hearing some movements. To her bewilderment, no one is there. Intrigued by a small object on the floor, she is momentarily startled and falls on her back when someone enters the room. As her left arm lands on the object, a series of strange images fly past in her mind, before she eventually finds herself lying on the ground alone. After school, Makoto goes to see her aunt at an art museum. However, the brakes on her bike give out as she races down a hill, and she ends up hitting the guardrail, flying into the path of an passing train. However, instead of dying, Makoto finds herself lying several yards on the way to the train crossing, and watches as the same train goes by. Makoto eventually makes it to her aunt's workplace, and explains the strange incident. Her aunt calmly explains that Makoto experienced a time leap, which allowed Makoto to leap back in time several seconds before the accident that could kill her, and from here the story begins. Number 2. The Tale of Kaguya. The tale of Princess Kaguya occurs in medieval Japan when Sanuki, a bamboo cutter, discovers a miniature girl living inside a glowing bamboo shoot. He brings the girl home to his wife, and they watch in amazement as she grows quickly into a toddler. The girl is named Princess by her new family and nicknamed Little Bamboo by the local children. Sanuki returns to the forest and finds a bamboo shoot full of gold and another with silks. He becomes convinced that this is a sign from the gods that Princess must be given a noble life. By this time, she is a young woman who has grown to love her group of friends. Being an obedient daughter, Princess agrees to move to the city where Sanuki and his wife want to set her up as a noblewoman. A named father grants her the name Princess Kaguya when she comes of age, and the suitors begin showing up. The first thing that will stick out to the viewer is the radically different style of animation Takahata employs in this film. The film was based on a famous Japanese folktale, The Tale of the Bamboo Cutter, a story Takahata grew up reading. Number 1. In the Corner of the World. Suzu Urano is a pure and kind-hearted girl who loves to draw and keep her head in the clouds. Growing up in the outskirts of Hiroshima with her family, she is more than happy to help with her grandmother's nori business. However, when she becomes of age, Suzu leaves her beloved home to marry Shusaku Huju, a man she barely knows. As she integrates into her new husband's household, the homesick bride struggles to adjust to the unfamiliar environment as the war effort extends far beyond its point of no return. When the war reaches Suzu's own backyard and peace gives way to brutality, how will she support herself and those she comes to love along the way? Kono Sakai no Katasumi ni paints a colorful yet haunting depiction of everyday life in the years before and after World War II, showcasing the perseverance and fortitude of ordinary Japanese during one of the darkest periods of modern history. Thank you so much for sticking till the end. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel, if you haven't till now.